Hey guys, Al here, Vitalize Seed. So this time of year, getting a lot of questions. It is almost November. It's the 30th of October here. In Ohio, the temperatures are really starting to change. Had some warm temps this past weekend, and now things are really going to be cooling down. But of course, there's going to be a couple days next week, I think, that are going to hit in the 60s. So one of the questions we often get is, hey, is it too late to seed? I know I'm behind the eight ball. There are certain species that are not going to do very well, especially in our diverse cover crop mix, or carbon load is our fall mix. But there's a lot of them that still will get established, and some that will, really show next spring when they're jumping out of dormancy. This guide behind me is SARE. I really like this organization. They do a ton of research on cover crops, and they really do a nice job. If you go to their website, I actually have the book. I leave it next to my bed, and it covers a whole bunch of different cover crops. What they show here is a very, very popular cover crop for gardens, for food plots, for full-scale row crop agriculture, and that's cereal rye. As you know, there's also other names, or as you see here, it's also called winter rye, grain rye, etc. Not to be confused with ryegrass. It is a cool season annual. Typically, you're going to plant this anywhere from end July to kind of mid-fall. So, we're getting a little bit into deep into the fall, but this can be a good rescue crop. Rye will grow down to about 34-degree air temperatures. There's a couple different varieties that might be able to withstand a little bit more. That's mostly going to be your root growth. You might have a little bit above ground, but for actual above ground vegetative growth, you want around 38-degree air temperatures. But all of that to say, guys, is a lot of these crops, even turnips, can germinate in soil temperatures as low as 50-degree soil temps. So I recently was checking some soil temps this past weekend on a couple different apps. Greencast Online is one that I like. And some of these soil temperatures were still well I think they were in the high 50s or maybe even 60s in some cases throughout different areas of the state. So I checked 3 or 4 different zip codes, state of Ohio. So that's something else that tells you, it might not be too late just to get a little bit extra seed down, depending on your situation. If you had a failed food plot, over browse, trying to get a garden cover crop established, etc., it might be still time to get some seed there and get that soil covered. So something to keep in mind, guys. Check the variety of seed that you're planting. Check the soil temperatures, and then look at that air temperature forecast as well. And you might just be able to get that cover crop in that you were wanting to. Get outside and enjoy the outdoors. VitalizeSeed.com.